Hello and welcome to Bob Brock Stadium on the campus of North Marion for Wild Wild West League action here in Aurora, Oregon, as the Portland Pickles take on the Portland Gherkins for this Saturday night special. For the Pickles, things are looking down after two straight losses to the first place Knights. With a night win earlier today, the Pickles will look to remain 3 games back with the W tonight. Knights have 2 guest coaches. It's Nick Fleck and Jace Brown in the dugouts, and the Pickles will look to find their groove and get back to their winning ways. On the other side, the Portland Gherkins want revenge after losing the last game to the Pickles 14-0. The Gherkins come off a tough loss 8-3 to the Gresham Grey Wolves and would love a win tonight to stay close in the race for third. The Gherkins will need a great outing from their pitching staff to try to defeat the Pickles. It's round 3 of the Battle of Portland. The Portland Pickles taking on the Gherkins. First pitch is next. Well, Carlo Jimenez joining you here on this August 1st night at beautiful Bob Brock Stadium. Jacob Asa on the mound, and here's who he'll be facing. The lefty Noah Sue to lead things off. Then Nick Israel, Dalton Chandler, who will be our interview in-game in the third hole, and Zach Morgan in the cleanup spot. Tony Boeto at 5, Lightgib at 6. 7-8-9 is O'Reilly, Rivers, and Scoro. Asa on the mound, but he will be throwing to Kane Kianis. Grace at third, Alarcon at short, Herzog at second, Mushka at first, Miles Norman is in left, Bryce Bridge back in familiar center field, and Sean Alvarado hanging out in right. Pickles have won both the meetings between these two ball clubs, but an opportunity for the Gherkins to take a game lead over the Grey Wolves, who lost 17-2 earlier today, and what was an absolute walloping by the Knights. And boy, they have done too many of those this summer. We have some great umpires with us, Colin Price and Jim Courtney, 2 of the best in the Northwest. Calling the balls and the strikes as Price, and Courtney is in the field. So Noah Sue stands in to face Jacob Asa. Sue stands in, hitting 143. The left-handed batter looks on. Asa, the big righty, steps on the right side of the rubber. He looks in towards the UW second baseman Sue. Opening offering. High. And they count 1 ball and no strikes. Sue's got 3 hits in his 21 at-bats. He's got 4 ribbies. He's taken 9 walks. 1-0. Inside. And the count 2 balls and no strikes. Sue with a .436 on base percentage. Pickles in the gray unis. 2-0. And Sue swings and sends one in the air into left field. Norman gets under it, measures it correctly, and reaches up and makes the catch for out number 1. We'll be Carlo Jimenez with you the whole way today. As up comes Nick Israel, the left-handed batter. Israel hitting 200 in his 3 games. He's 2 for 10. Has struck out twice and led off in the last 2 ball games in the 2-hole today. 1 out, base is empty, the pitch. And he swings and misses. And the count is 0-1. Just getting going. Top 1 here at Bob Brock. No score between the Portland Pickles and the Portland Gherkins. A battle for the brine. 0-1. Swinging a high pop-up again towards Norman. Norman moves to his left, camps out underneath, and has the second out. So Miles Norman getting some action over there in left field, and in stands Dalton Chandler. Chandler is so far in the WWWL hitting .417. He's had 2 hits in his first 2 games, was 1 for 4 against Westland 24 hours ago. Opening offering. And the right-hander takes a strike on the outer edge. And the count 0-1. Kianis putting down the signs. Knights stole 9 bases off of him. 0-1 home. Low and away. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 gone, bases empty, no score, top 1 here at Bob Brock. Chandler holds the bat behind his head. And the 1-1. And he swings and sends one into right center. Bridge moving to his right, backpedaling, and on the move, makes the catch. 3 fly balls to the outfield. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Asa as we head to the bottom of the first. No score here on the Wow Wow West League stream, brought to you by Adventist Health. So Nick Parr on the mound for the Pickles, as it stands Ruben Cedillo. 3 2/3 innings for Parr. He's given up 2 hits, but no runs. 4 walks and 6 strikeouts as he looks in towards Cedillo. Bottom 1, no score. Opening offering from the righty Parr. Low and away. Righty on righty to Cedillo, who's hitting .417 with a .562 on base percentage. The only man who has a better on base percentage than Briley Knight. But Briley Knight's played double the games. 1-0 from Parr to Cedillo. And he swings and taps one down the right field line. 2 hoppers scooped up by Rivers, who steps on first himself. And there's 1 gone on 2 pitches in the bottom of the first. So in stands the right-handed batter, Miles Norman. Norman hitting .250. As he looks on, of course, had the big grand slam against the Grey Wolves. First grand slam of the summer here at the WWWL. First pitch to him from Parr. Upstairs. The count at 1 ball and no strikes. Right-hander Norman, and then Patrick Mushka for Nick Parr. Parr came in relief in the inaugural WWWL ball game. 1-0. High again. And the count 2 balls and no strikes. Norman with his face mask around his neck. A 3/4 arm sleeve on the right arm. Rocking all black gloves. 2-0 from Parr. Downstairs. And the count 3 balls and no strikes. So Norman most likely taken all the way. 1 out here in the Bottom of the first. No score in the Battle of the Brine. The Picks and the Gherks going at it. Round 3. 3-0. Norman looks at a strike. And they count it 3 balls and 1 strike. So joining us, folks, on your Saturday evening on what should be a great ball game, 3-1. Swinging a foul down the right field line. Count runs full 3-2. Which we talked about in the pregame. Nick Fleck, Jace Brown trying to get revenge after the loss. And Maz in Mexico. Three-two. Strike 3 catches the outside corner. Norman isn't happy as he said some words to himself, in 3-0 to a strikeout for Nick Parr. As up comes Patrick Mushka.
Here's Gherkins, first baseman, headed to Santa Barbara.
So in stands the right-hander, Patrick Mushka, with the bases empty and 2 out. Opening offering. And a ball inside. No score. Pickles and the Gherks going at it. Gherkins trying to get their first win of the Battle of the Brine. And this guy at the plate's a big part of their success. 1-0. And Mushka pops one up. Back to the screen. Boeto watches it fly into the stands. And they count it 1 ball and 1 strike. Mushka with a closed stance. It's barely closed. His left toe's just in front of his right. Again, you don't see a lot of guys with a closed stance. With the way he's been hitting, it does not matter. The 1-1. And he swings and sends one deep to center field. Scoro steps back into the shadows. He looks up and makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down. A quick inning for Parr. To the second we go. No score here at Bob Brock on our Wild Wild West League stream, brought to you by Adventus Health. So to the top of the second we go here at Bob Brock. Leading things off, it's the right-handed batter, Zach Morgan, for the Pickles. It will be Morgan, Boeto, and Lightgab. Morgan out of Fresno State, hit in the 3-hole yesterday, moved to the cleanup spot with the absence of Kenyon Yovan. Nothing wrong with Yovan, just taking a night off. Opening offering. And Morgan waves at a ball in the dirt. And they count at 0-1. Asa still out there. It's Morgan. Looks to get aboard and start this second inning. Zach hitting .261, the 0-1. Low and away. Good block by Kianis. And they count at 1 ball and 1 strike. In yesterday's ball game, Zach was 0 for 1 with a walk. The 1-1-2. And he swings and sends one to second, scooped up by Grace, who uses his body to block it. His throw is wide. Mushka snags it out of the air and tags Morgan. A great play by Patrick Mushka. Able to get to the baseball and have the presence of mind to apply the tag with a runner coming right at him. Colby Grace had bobbled the ball, so he had to get it quickly. And he did, as up comes Tony Boweto. The catcher out of Santa Clara University looks on. Asa sets and deals to the righty. Catches the corner at the knees, and they counted 0-1. Boweto was a DH in yesterday's ballgame. As he swings a nice one down the right field line, hooking towards the corner. This ball is going to roll to the wall. Boweto on his way to second. He stops there. A one-out double for the Pickles as a runner in scoring position. As up comes Brandon Lankeb with an opportunity to get the icebreaker. So no score between the Pickles and the Gherkins. But Boweto with the extra base hit. And Lightgeb an opportunity to pick up his third RBI of the summer. Lightgeb, a right-handed batter. Last time up against the Gherkins was 1 for 3 with a hit, struck out twice. Asa looks on. Boweto takes his lead. Asa holds the glove to his chin, now sets at the belt. Shadows come across his body, the opening offering. High, and the count at 1 ball and no strikes. Lightgeb's last RBI came against the Knights on Saturday, and the Pickles win over Westland, 1-0. Low and away, and the count at 2 balls and no strikes. Boeto's got good speed at second base. He hasn't stolen a base this year, but he strolled into second pretty easily on that double. Pickles trying to get on the board first. Aces looks back towards Boweto, and he scurries back to second, nobody covering. Top 2 here at Bob Brock. No score, but the Pickles with an opportunity with a runner at second. The 2-0. Swing and a miss. And they counted 2 balls and 1 strike. Boweto the go-ahead run. He leads at second after his double. The shadows have started to fall in between the hitter and the pitcher here at Bob Brock. Hardest time of the night for hitters. As the 2-1 catches the outer edge, and the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Morgan grounded out to third. Boweto doubled. 1 out, runner at second, and a 0-0 ball game. Asa eyeballs Boweto at second and deals a 2-2. And instead he looks back towards Boweto. Raised the leg and faked me out. No wind here on this Saturday night at Bob Brock. The 2-2. Misses, low and outside. Count runs full of 3 balls and 2 strikes to Brandon Lightgeb. Danny O'Reilly awaits his turn on deck. O'Reilly hitting in the 7th hole today. The highest he's been in this lineup so far in the summer of 2020. Asa looks at second, looks home, the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Lightgeb strikes out. And a big strikeout for Jacob Asa has 2 gone with a runner in scoring position as Danny O'Reilly steps into the right side of the batter's box. O'Reilly hit in the 9 hole yesterday, was 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Currently rocking a .238 batting average, but a .385 on base percentage. The junior from the University of Toledo looks on. Aces, opening offering. Strike at the knees. And they counted no balls and 1 strike to O'Reilly. O'Reilly with the Socks pulled all the way up. Most of the players are rocking stirrups or high-pulled socks. It is a cool but not cold Saturday night. No score, top 2 the pitch. Swing and a miss, and the count at 0-2 to O'Reilly. Gherkins none, Pickles none. Top of the second here at Bob Brock. 2 gone, and Boweto leads at second base. O'Reilly swings the bat in front of him once, holds it behind his head. The 0-2. And he takes one low and away. Giannis with a nice block with a chest protector. And the count at a ball and 2 strikes. Inning started with a Morgan ground out to third. Boweto doubled down the right field line, and like Gebb struck out on a 3-2 pitch. It's 1-2 to O'Reilly. Boweto still leads at second base. Asa looks at second, sets at the belt, the pitch. And O'Reilly swings and sends one in the air to left center, moving over his bridge. He gets under it and makes the catch. A double, but no damage done. 1 left aboard as we head to the bottom of the second here at Bob Brock. No score between the Picks and the Gherks.
It started with a checkup that led to a question that spurred a discovery that changed the way we practice health, which led to more questions and more discoveries that changed more ways we practice health, and on it goes. Introducing OHSU Health, a system of doctors and nurses, researchers, clinics, and hospitals, all working together to build a better way to wellness.
So it stands the lefty Justin Herzog to start things off in the bottom of the second. Herzog looks on. Nick Parr on the mound. In the shadows, Herzog in the sun. Righty on lefty. Parr exhales and deals. Skips in, and the count 1 ball and no strikes. Justin Herzog hitting .241 with a .290 on base percentage. He's 7 for 23. If you want to do the math. 1-0-2. And he checks his swing. Home plate umpire Colin Price asking Jim Courtney if he went, and Jim was chatting it up with CJ Rivers. He did not pay attention at all. CJ's a good guy. That's why we'll have him on in the top of the third. 2-0 on its way to Herzog from Parr. And he taps one foul on the right field line over towards the seats. 2 balls and 1 strike. Herzog has struck out 6 times. He's been vulnerable. Only taken 2 walks. Base is empty. Bottom 2 getting going. No score between the Gherkins and the Pickles here at Bob Brock. 2-1. Misses low and outside, and the count 3 balls and 1 strike. So a hitter's count to Herzog at 3-1. Bases are vacant. Gherkins trying to jump ahead against the favorite Pickles team. 3-1. Swing and a miss. Count runs full of 3-2. Well, we mentioned it earlier. Big game for the Pickles head coaches. Nick Fleck and Jace Brown took a tough loss in Mazatlan. Trying to avenge that here 3-2. And ball 4, low and away. Against the Mazatlan Venados, also known as the Deers. Would have been nice to know Venados meant Deers. Got a 3 on my AP Spanish test. 1 away from getting credit. So close. But Gary Walker knows, so he let us know. So in stands the right-hander Colby Grace, runner at first, and nobody out, bottom 2. Here at Bob Brock, opening offering. And the righty Grace takes inside, ball 1. Pickles had a runner at second with 1 gone. But we're unable to bring in a run, and now the Gherkins get the leadoff man aboard, trying to take advantage. 1-0. So we're going to foul on the right field line. And the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. So the Shadows have completely covered Nick Parr, but the righty Grace is looking into the sun. Not ideal. 1-1 on its way. Look out. And the count at 2 balls and a strike. Pickles and the Gherkins going at it. Bottom 2, no score. Nick Parr leans over. Sets head high. The 2-1. Strike at the knees. And the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Herzog has not stolen a base this summer. He's been caught stealing once. Colby Grace, second in the league in slugging percentage, trying to bring his teammate home. And the 2-2. And Grace swings and loops one into right center. This ball gets away from Noah Sue. Coming in on his O'Reilly. They have a play at second. The throw is high and it goes to third. O'Reilly had a chance to get the force at second base. Chandler was covering, but he decided to just throw it to Lantkeb over at third. And there's 2 aboard on back on a single by Grace. As up comes the right-hander, Bryce Bridge. So O'Reilly playing it safe, probably smart. Would have been close anyway. CJ Rivers is talking a lot down there. He's chatting up everybody who comes over to first. Hanging out with Colby Grace. So in stands the center fielder, right-hander, Bryce Bridge. Bridge still looking for his first hit of the WWWL. Went 0 for 2 yesterday, struck out, and came out of the game early. Go-ahead runner in scoring position. Opportunity for the Gherkins to get the icebreaker here at Bob Brock. No score between the Picks and the Gherks. Opening offering. Bryce Bridge puts down the bunt, takes a strike. Runners jog back to their bases, and the count at 0-1. So the Gherks trying to play some small ball, which is probably smart. With how scarce runs can come by against this good Pickles pitching staff. Rivers comes in from first. The bunt is put down the left field line, and it's a good one. Lightged comes in. Does he have a play at first? He doesn't. It's a bunt single for Bryce Bridge, and it's his first of the summer. As up comes Kane Kianis with an opportunity with the bases loaded. So the Gherkins, with nobody out, have the bases full for the kid out of Hillsborough High. Kianis hitting 1 for 13 so far this summer. The opening offering. And he takes a strike on the outer edge of the plate. Counted 0-1. So the Pickles don't capitalize at the top of the second, and right now, the Gherkins with a golden opportunity. It does not get much better than this. The bases are full, and there's a 0 under out on the scoreboard in center field. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Kianis in the hole, 0-2. Again, this is the first start for Nick Parr. In fact, it's his first start since his freshman year in college. The 0-2. And another swing and a miss. Giannis waves. And now the double play in effect as up comes the lefty, Sean Alvarado. Alvarado playing right field, hitting out of the 8-hole today. He's hitting 100 with a .312 on-base percentage, has taken 4 walks in 16 plate appearances. On his way to Schmekeda. He said when he chose Schmekeda, he'll give him a few more years to develop as he's playing for his future head coach there, J.J. Muscalo. Bases loaded, 1 gone. Bottom 2, no score. And a swing and a miss by Alvarado. If you're the Gherkins, you're just asking Alvarado, give me a pop fly, give me a run, something. We saw the Grey Wolves fail to take an opportunity early at the 2:30 game, and things went haywire after that inning. 0-1, catches the outside part of the plate, in the count, 0-2. Bottom 2 here at Bob Brock. Pickles none, Gherkins none. But the Gherkins with the bases loaded and 1 out. Gherkins, a team that did score the first run of the Wild Wild West League back on Saturday, July 12th. Here's the 0-2. Misses, low and away. In the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. A good take by Alvarado. That one was close. Colin Price is a great umpire. He doesn't miss a lot. Calling the balls and the strikes behind the plate. 1-2. Swinging a tapper off the plate and a foul. So the count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Gherkins dugout is by far the loudest. They're always supporting their guys, sometimes talking a little bit to the other team. But hey, you love to see it for a group of guys that got to know each other 3 weeks ago. Seemed like a pretty tight-knit group. Bases loaded, the 1-2. Downstairs, in the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Herzog at third, Grace at second, Bridge at first. Herzog walked, Grace and Bridge singled. Giannis struck out. Now it's up to Alvarado with 1 gone, and the bases full of Gherkins. Par with a 2-2 count. His pitch on the way. And Alvarado swings and misses. So 2 big-time strikeouts from Nick Parr after giving up a walk and a pair of singles. And he's an out away with forces all around the base paths. As up comes the 9-hole hitter, Humberto Alarcon. Alarcon hitting 130. Has 1 RBI. That came against the Grey Wolves on Saturday, July 25th. Bases loaded, no score between the Picks and the Gherks, but a golden opportunity for this Gherkin team. Opening offering. A strike up and in. The count at 0-1. Alarcon trying to bring a run home. The Gherkins looking to get the icebreaker. Nick Parr trying to work out of a bases loaded, nobody out situation. He's got 2 Ks. Can he get another out? The 0-1. Alarcon swings, grounds one towards left. Backhand by Chandler. The flip to second, and the ball is dropped. An infield single for Humberto Alarcon, and it's an RBI, and the Gherkins jump ahead 1-0. It was a good play by Chandler. The ball was in the gap, and he tried to go to second, but Bryce Bridge, the center fielder with good speed, beat him there. So up comes Ruben Cedillo, and the inning is not over. Bases still loaded. 2 outs on the board. And an opportunity to grab some more runs for the Gherkins, who've jumped out to the 1-0 lead. First pitch on its way from Parr to the righty. Swing and a miss. Cedillo grounded out to C.J. Rivers down the right field line at first his last time up. Gherkins 1, Pickles none, after the RBI single by Alarcon. Ruben Cedillo stands in, the guy who homered in his first at-bat in the Wild Wild West League. 0-1 from Parr. Cedillo swings, big chopper towards Chandler. He backpedals, goes to second, and this time is able to get Alarcon. Bases are left loaded, but a run comes in. The Gherkins take a 1-0 lead as we head to the top of the third. So in stands the right-hander, C.J. Rivers, as we get set here in the top of the third. 1-0 the Gherkins lead here at Bombrock. On the fielder's choice by Humberto Alarcon. So the Pickles trying to respond. Rivers to lead things off in the 8-hole, the righty. Checks his swing at the first pitch and takes the ball downstairs. Rivers was nice enough to decide to join us for the bottom of the third. The 1-0. And he swings and fouls one off down the right field line from Jacob Asa. Rivers hitting 190, a 3.08 on base percentage. He was 0 for 4 in his last game with a pair of strikeouts. 1-1-2. Misses away. And the count 2 balls and 1 strike. The shadows have fallen across the infield, but Rivers still in the sun. 2-1 for Mesa. Rivers swings and taps one down the left field line. Colby Grace gloves it, takes his time, long throw to first. In time. And there's one gone to start the top of the third. It was a short hop for Colby Grace, but he was not worried at all. So in stands, longtime Pickle and hometown favorite Gabe Scoro from the University of Portland. Scoro hitting .417. A number that surprised to see earlier today, opening offering. And he puts the bunt down. It's a good one. Down the left field line. This ball's going to stay fair. Ace's throw is not in time. A bunt single for Gabe Scoro. And there's one on with one out. As in comes the left-hander, Noah Sue. The tying run is aboard.
Here's Pickles' second baseman, number 32, Noah Sue.
Sue flew out to left to Miles Norman his last time up. Righty on lefty, runner at first, one out. The opening offering. Strike catches the outer edge. And the count at 0-1. Gherkins scored a run in the bottom of the second. They lead it 1-0, but the Pickles with a bunt single by Scoro have an opportunity to tie things up. Noah Sue, the go-ahead run, 0-1. Skips in, good block by Kianis, who's been active behind the plate here early. Ace's breaking balls are breaking hard. The count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Noah Sue with the all-purple helmet, the purple cleats, purple tape on his bat. Where do you think he goes? University of Washington. Runner at first. And a 1-1 count, the pitch. Misses way outside. And the count at 2 balls and a strike. I guess University of Portland wouldn't be a bad guess either. A lot of purple. One on, one out. top three here at Bob Rock. Battle of the Brine. 2-1. And Sue swings. It's a big chopper towards second. Scooped up by Alarcón. He steps on second, goes to first, and a double play. Humberto finishes things off. A single, nobody left the board. To the top of the third we go. Gherkins leading the Pickles 1-0. So we're live here with CJ Rivers playing first base in the bottom of the third. CJ, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't know if you noticed earlier, but there was a check swing in the second inning, and you were talking to Jim Courtney down at first base, and they went to appeal, and Courtney wasn't paying attention at all. He was still talking to you.
Yeah.
What were you guys talking about?
We're talking about, like, the speed of base runners. So, like, every team's got, like, their different, like, signs, like red, yellow, blue. Red indicating that they're slow. Yellow's like a midi guy. And blue's like a faster guy. So we're just talking about, like, how different teams have their different signs for runners.
You might want to tell Jim you're on the phone. He's looking at you like you're crazy.
That's okay.
So how is it being back with the Pickles? And it is summer. This has been an odd summer, but you get to play some baseball. How are things been?
Oh, everything's been good.
Oh, you oh good. I was just asking how have things been here in the Wild Wild West League.
Everything's been great. I mean, obviously with the shortened season, you can only get a certain amount out of it. So getting as many games in as you can is really all that matters. And still getting that same kind of atmosphere with the Pickles here that they have at Walker's. Really, it's really great. I mean, we still have fans. We have people that can watch. I mean, that's all that really matters to me.
Now, when the Pickles asked you some questions, they asked you your most memorable place you've been. You said Dodger Stadium, Game 2 of the 2017 World Series. Could you kind of describe the atmosphere of that game?
It'd be a little hard to describe it with words just because it was such a surreal experience.
For sure.
I mean, just packed house. We didn't have the greatest seats, but I mean, hey, we were there.
No, I mean, I'm jealous, man. That sounds awesome.
But, yeah, I mean, throughout the first 3 innings, just the place was loud. But I couldn't hear much besides everyone screaming. And then my dad actually made me go to the concourse all the way across the left field. We're sitting in right field.
Mm-hmm.
He made me go to the team store all the way out left. So I was there for like 3 innings to get over there.
Jeez.
And I was in there for about a total of 2, just trying to get a couple shirts. And I missed Seager's home run. I had to watch it on the TV in there. But I won't ever let my dad live that one down.
That's good. That's good.
There was just a ton of people there, and I think that was one of the games that they said was most home runs in a World Series game, I think. Game 2. And it went into extras. And this guy was sitting behind us, and all of a sudden there's this big bag of candy getting passed around. And we look back. And we're like, how'd you get this bag of candy in here? And the guy said when he got us to the gate to get in, they said, what are you doing with that bag of candy? And he says, well, if we catch the lead, then I'm feeding the whole section. I said, all right, you get in. So we took the lead, and then all of a sudden everyone in the section was getting candy.
That's awesome.
That was awesome. And then, I mean, I don't think I've ever hugged so many random people in my life. Every time we hit a home run, everyone was just screaming from ear to ear.
Do you remember, any chance you remember what piece of candy you grabbed?
Might have been a Snickers.
Okay.
It was just a mini size. I think it was either a Snickers or a Milky Way.
Okay, those are two great options.
Oh yeah, I mean I wouldn't trade those options for nothing.
Now, another Pickles question they asked: Netflix, Hulu, or Prime? You said Netflix. What are you watching on Netflix these days?
Ooh, Netflix. I don't do a whole lot of TV watching, but when I do on Netflix, let me think about that for a sec. It's gotta be either a baseball movie like Bench Warmers.
Mm-hmm. It's a great one. Great choice.
Yeah. When Star Wars was on there, it was definitely that.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite of the series?
You gonna do that to me right now?
I know. If you just give me one of your favorites. Just give me one.
One of my favorites is definitely Episode 3.
Okay.
Revenge of the Sith.
Okay.
That's one of my favorite all times. That's the prequels. Those are definitely ones. Oh, there we go. Let's go. They got two. No, those are definitely some of the great ones. I know a lot of people don't like them, but the prequels definitely set the tone for the next 4, 5, 6. Just the storyline and everything leading up to 4, 5, 6. Holy grace.
Now, it says you're majoring in criminal justice. Why criminal justice, or is that still accurate?
Well, I'm still undeclared, but I think that's what I'm going to go to after my sophomore year.
Okay.
But I kind of picked criminal justice because I think it's an interesting major, and I've always kind of been interested in law enforcement, so I think it's definitely a path that I'd like to try and see if everything ends up working out.
That's sweet. Now, I gotta say, I'm going back to the questions again. There you go. Good work, CJ. Well, thanks so much for joining us. I appreciate it a lot. It was a lot of fun. So, welcome back to the top of the fourth here at Bob Brock. Gherkins 1 and the Pickles none. As in stands the lefty Nick Israel, opening offering. Israel puts the bunt down the left field line. Kiana scoops it up with a bare hand. The throw to first is in time. Israel trying to pull a Tony Boedo, but he's unsuccessful. Excuse me, Gabe Scoro. And there's one gone in the top of the fourth. So in stands the right-handed batter Dalton Chandler.
Here's Pickles shortstop, number 8, Dalton Chandler.
Chandler taps the bat twice. Holds it on his right shoulder. And the opening offering. In the dirt and skips away from Kianis. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Chandler has become the everyday shortstop for this Pickles team. As Sue moved to second with the absence of Kyle Velasquez. 1-0 Gherkins in the Battle of the Brine. The 1-0. And a swing and a foul back to the screen. And the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. top four here at Bob Brock. The wind is quiet and the sun is setting. 1-1. And a swing and a slow roller down the left field line. Mushka Grace with the backhand, but he can't handle it. And a base hit for Dalton Chandler. As one aboard with one out, as up comes Zach Morgan. Morgan, the right-handed batter, sweeps the grass and steps in. Nick Fleck, Jace Brown trying to revenge their loss in Mexico. Looking in their second game as managers to get the win. Opening offering, there goes the runner. Ball's inside. Throw from Kianis is not in time. Chandler picks up a stolen base. His first of the summer. And Zach Morgan with an opportunity to tie this ball game with the tying run in scoring position. 1-0. And he swings and belts one towards the umpire. Scooped up by Alarcon. Sidearm throw to first in plenty of time. Going to third on the play is Chandler. And up comes Tony Boeto, who doubled down the right field line his last time up.
From Santa Clara University, he's a Bronco, number 10, Tony Boeto.
Boeto looks on, opportunity to pick up an RBI, tie this ball game up. Gherkins scored in the bottom of the second. They lead it 1-0, but Dalton Chandler with terrific speeds at third, opening offering. Ball in the dirt. Dalton is bouncing over there at third. You wonder if Coach Nick Fleck said, maybe try to steal. Knowing Nick Fleck from kids camp, I wouldn't be surprised. Chandler probably got him to say yes. 1-0. And Boeto swings. Big chopper towards first. Mushka scoops it up. Goes to the cuttering Asa. And that does it for the top of the fourth. One hit. One left aboard. To the bottom of the inning we go. Gherkins hanging on. 1-0.
It started with a checkup that led to a question that spurred a discovery that changed the way we practice health, which led to more questions and more discoveries that changed more ways we practice health. And on it goes. Introducing OHSU Health, a system of doctors and nurses, researchers, clinics, and hospitals, all working together to build a better way to wellness.
So in stands the right-hander Bryce Bridge. Here in the bottom of the fourth. 1-0 lead for the Gherkins. And the opening offering to the righty swings and fouls it back. The count at 0-1. Got a great look at our assistant Pickles coach, Jackson Thomas, our intern, helping out today, rocking the uni. Looking good, Jackson. Get him a bat. That's what he really needs. Bridge on the right side of the batter's box. Base is empty. The 0-1. A swing and a slow roller up the middle. Moving to his left is Chandler. He scoops it up to first. The throw is high. It pulls Rivers off the bag. And it's a E6. As Bryce Bridge is aboard. Bridge with a hustle play. Worked himself on the base paths. And up comes the switch hitting lefty, Kane Quiones. 1-0 the Gherkins lead. They get the leadoff man aboard. It will be two lefties, Quiones and Alvarado. Liam Campbell looks in. Leans over, looks over his left shoulder to first. And sets. Opening offering. Misses up and away. The snapback throw to first is not in time. And the count at 1-0. Bottom four here at Bob Brock. 1-0. Swinging a slow roller past the diving Rivers and down the right field line. Stopping at second is Bridge. A good play by O'Reilly to get to it quickly and throw to Lightgeb. And there's 2 on with nobody out for Sean Alvarado. Alvarado struck out swinging his last time up, hitting in the 8-hole. The left-handed batter has an opportunity to increase the 1-0 Gherkins lead. Alvarado kissing his wrist as he steps into the batter's box. Bridge at second, Quiones at first. Liam Campbell looks on, trying to work himself out of the jam. Opening offering. Misses way outside. The count at 1 ball and no strikes. Two on, nobody out. Gherkins cook it. Alvarado puts down the bunt, pulls it back, and takes ball 2. So Sean with a good eye. Bridge leads at second, Quiones at first. 1-0 Gherkins here in the bottom of the 4th, trying to add to their lead. The 2-0. Away, and the count at 3 balls and no strikes. So a big-time opportunity for Sean Alvarado and this Gherkins ball club. Campbell looks towards second, deals home the 3-0. Ball 4 upstairs, and the bases are walked full for the Gherkins. So for the second inning tonight, the bases are loaded. The Gherkins loaded things up in the second. And Humberto Arlecon with the only RBI tonight. A fielder's choice. He reached in the second, stands on. Nobody out, and the bases are loaded as Boedo goes out and talks to Campbell for a mound visit. Nick Klemp, Jace Brown, Jackson Thomas, the coaches for the Pickles. Into the batter's box. Bottom 4, bases loaded. Gherkins 1, Pickles none. Campbell sets at the waist. And the pitch. Upstairs. In the count, 1 ball and no strikes. So 5 straight balls from Liam Campbell, who's got to throw a strike. Bridge at third, Giannis at second, Alvarado at first. 1-0 with Alarcon. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Alarcon rocking the all-blue gloves, matching the jersey and some blue socks. 2-0 home. In there for a strike. On the count at 2 balls and 1 strike. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Picks. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for the Gherks. But the bases are loaded, and there is nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. Can the Gherkins take a lead against the Pickles? The 2-1. Down and in. And the count at 3 balls and 1 strike. Bases full of Gherkins. 3-1 count with nowhere to put Alarcon. Camel needs a strike and a good pitch. 3-1. Misses inside. And an RBI walk for Humberto Alarcon. He's got both RBIs for this Gherkins squad. As up comes the top of the order and Ruben Cedillo. So a mound visit here at Bob Brock. Coach comes out talking to his star Camel. A couple of us interns are lucky enough to get to help out with camp. Always a good time. So the right-handed batters, Cedillo stands in with the bases loaded, nobody out. Opening offering. Catches the inside part of the plate for a strike. One on its way. Cedillo swings and slaps one. Diving to his left is Leica, but he can't get there. Stopping at third is Alvarado. Everybody holds up, but a run comes in. Kane Quiones crosses home. It's 3-0 Gherkins. Who expected this? And the bases are still loaded with nobody out. So Ruben Cedillo with an RBI, and the Pickles are in trouble. As in stands Miles Norman, who tripled his last time up. We also like to give a shout out from Andrew Hoffman. Lucy, you're the best. From Andrew. Opening offering. Swing and a miss. Right-hander Norman takes a hack, ends up with air. And the count at 0-1. 2 runs in, the base is still full. Alvarado at third. Alarcon at second. And Cedillo at first. 0-1. Low and outside. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. The sun has begun to set. Beautiful colors across Bob Brock. Liam Camel looks on. Trying to get out of the jam. The 1-1. And it clips Norman. A hit by pitch. Another run comes in. Alvarado jogs home. And it looks like Nick Fleck is going to go to his pen. 4-0. The lead for the Gherkins. Fleck walking down to his pen. And up comes the machine, Patrick Mushka. Mushka still looking for his first hit tonight. But an opportunity with the bases loaded. 3 runs already in for the Gherkins. They lead 4-0. Opening offering from Camel. And Mushka swings and drives one into deep left center field. This ball's going back. It's gone! A grand slam for Patrick Mushka. And the Gherkins double their lead. It's 8-0 here in the bottom of the fourth. How about the Moose? A grand slam for Mushka. And the Gherkins have a handle on the Pickles. It's 8-0. So in stands Justin Herzog. Everybody who has come up in this inning has scored. Bases are empty, and there's nobody out. 7 runs are already in. Opening offering to the lefty. And he taps one back to the screen. Well, I can tell you one thing. The Westland Knights are happy. And so are the Portland Gherkins. Looking for their first win against the Pickles. They're up 8-0. 0-1. Swing and a miss. And they counted 0-2. Camel looks on. Sets at the belt. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Herzog strikes out. There's the first out of the fourth. And there's one gone as in comes the right-hander, Colby Grace.
Here's Gherkins' third baseman, number 29, Colby Grace.
Who would have thought? The Gherkins an 8-0 lead here in the fourth. Sure we're not watching the Westland Knights? Open stands for Grace, the 9th batter of the inning. Opening offering. Drops in for a strike. Colby Grace, the 9th batter, is the Gherkins have batted around against the Pickles. The M. Camel. 0-1 offering. Swing and a miss. Camel 5 straight strikes. They counted 0-2. 3 runs were given up. It looked like it was going to be doable for Camel to get out of the inning, but the Moose sent one over the fence. 0-2. And Grace swings and misses. And there's 2 gone. The base is empty. As up comes Bryce Bridge.
Here's Gherkins' center fielder, number 25, Bryce Bridge.
So Bridge up for the second time in the inning. He reached on an error his last time up. Right-handed batter looks on. Base is empty. 8-0 Gherkins. Opening offering. And he waves again. That's 7 straight strikes from Camel after giving up 7 runs. So all of a sudden, he's just found his groove. Camel exhales, 0-1. Upstairs. In the count of 1 ball and 1 strike. A grand slam by Mushka. After 3 runs had come in, 8-0 Gherkins. 1-1. Catches the outside corner. The count at a ball and 2 strikes. One-two on his way. And Bridge swings and sends one into the gap into left center, moving to his left and cutting it off his score. Bridge takes a big turnaround first and heads back to the bag, and the inning continues. So after 2 straight strikeouts from Camel, Bridge gets aboard with a single, and up comes Kane Kianis, who singled past the diving C.J. Rivers into right field his last time up. Kianis, the switch hitter, batting on the left side of the batter's box. Leading at first is Bridge, who's got good speed. Camel exhales the opening offering. Up and away. And the count at 1 ball and no strikes. What an inning for the Gherkins. 7 runs. And they're up 8-0. The 1-0. Downstairs. Count 2 balls and no strikes. Who else but Patrick Mushka? It's like it was written in a fairy tale novel. Here's a 2-0. Strike catches the corner. And the count 2 balls and 1 strike. 8-0. Gherkins on top of the Pickles. No, that's not an error. The 2-1. Way outside. On the count, 3 balls and 1 strike. 7 runs in the inning for the Gherks. Bridge leads at first with 2 outs, 3-1. Strike catches the plate. Count runs full, 3-2, and with 2 outs, Bridge will get a head start. One on, 2 gone. Bottom 4. The 3-2 runner goes. Swinging a slow roller down the left field line. That ball is foul. There's going to be a single for Quiones. Barely bounced foul. So Quiones steps back in with the count at 3-2. Bridge leads at first. Top 5, bottom 4 here at Bob Brock. Quick throw back to first, head first dive. Here's Bridge. Gherkins 8, Pickles none. And the 3-2 runner goes again, and another swing and a foul. So Bryce Bridge getting some good cardio over there at first base. 3 runs came in, 2 by walks. And Patrick Mushka with a grand slam. It's 8-0. Gherkins in the bottom of the 4th inning still going. Liam Campbell trying to get out of it. Campbell looks on. The 3-2. Swing and a miss, and that does it. Campbell strikes out the side, but he gives up 7 runs. 8-0 Gherkins through 4 to the top of the 5th. We go here at Bob Brock. Pickles with a lot of work to do.
It started with a checkup that led to a question that spurred a discovery that changed the way we practice health, which led to more questions and more discoveries that changed more ways we practice health. And on it goes. Introducing OHSU Health, a system of doctors and nurses, researchers, clinics, and hospitals, all working together to build a better way to wellness.
So in stands the right-hander, Brandon Lightgeb, as we get set for the top of the 5th. Pickles with some work to do. Jacob Asa still on the mound, his opening offering. And Lightgeb taps one towards second. Charging on the play is Herzog. He scoops it up, quickly goes to first, and there's one gone on one pitch here in the 5th. We have a Lil P sighting over there in the third base dugout, on top of the Pickles dugout. That's kind of how this game has gone. Gherkins all over the Pickles. So in stands the right-handed batter, Danny O'Reilly. Gherkins 8, Pickles nada. Top 5 here at Bob Brock. The lights starting to shine a little brighter. Opening offering. And O'Reilly swings one hopper towards third. Colby Grace takes it, takes his time. Throw is low. Mushka scoops it out for out number 2. So Jacob Asa, who had an 8-pitch first, has got 2 outs on 2 pitches here in the 5th, as in stands C.J. Rivers. Once again, we want to thank CJ so much for being our interview. CJ with some fans in the crowd at a Cal State Bakersfield. Asa looks on. Can he get a 3-pitch inning? We'll see if Rivers bites. Opening offering. And Rivers taken all the way. Ball skips in. The count 1 ball and no strikes. Gabe Scoro awaits on deck. He singled his last time up. Top 5. Gherkins 8. Pickles none. Asa sets. And the 1-0. And Rivers pops one up. Into right field. Alvarado. That one hooking foul. Alvarado running out of room. And the count at 1-1. Dylan leading Chance just below us. Trying to fire up people for the hometown favorite CJ Rivers, who likes the prequels. Hot take from CJ. 1-1. Checks his swing, but he takes a strike. And they counted a ball and 2 strikes. GG also hanging out. It's a party here at Bob Rock. All the mascots getting ready for the Mascot Olympics, which we'll have in the middle of the 5th. 1-2. Rivers fouls one back to the screen. And they counted a ball and 2 strikes. Lightcap grounded out to second on the first pitch he saw. O'Reilly grounded out to third on the first pitch he saw. Rivers trying to up Ace's pitch count. 2 gone, bases empty, the 1-2. High. Count levels out, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Carlo Jimenez hanging out with you here at Bob Rock, top 5. Pickles trailing 8-0. 2-2 on its way. Rivers swings and slices one down the right field line for a base hit. Alvarado with a backhand does a great job of cutting it off. Holds Rivers to a single and a 2-out knock, has the inning rolling. As up comes Gabe Scoro. Scoro singled his last time up. 1 on, 2 gone. Pickles need base runners down 8. Trying to get to Jacob Asa. I think it's more about getting Jacob Asa out of the game than really trying to get a bunch of runs off him. Gherkins' pitching has been vulnerable at times. The Pickles looking to make their pitchers work. Opening offering. And the righty Scoro takes a strike at the knees. And they counted 0-1. 4 hits, 1 error. No runs for the Picks. 8 hits. 8 runs, 7 hits. No errors. There goes Rivers. The throw is low. And CJ Rivers has got a stolen base. Pickles need some momentum. And CJ Rivers trying to spark a 2-out rally. Jacob Asa wasn't paying attention to him at all. CJ said, I'll take 90 feet. There's his first stolen base of the summer. That's what you need if you're the Pickles. Now Scoro, the 1-1. Upstairs. And the count, 2 balls and a strike. Noah Sue is on deck. It's the top of the order waiting. Scoro trying to keep the inning going. A 2-out knock by Rivers. He steals second. And the Pickles looking for the icebreaker and some more. Down 8-0 to the Gherkins. And time is called. Asa almost pitches, but holds up. Scoro's a righty, then it will be Sue and Israel, a pair of lefties. Rivers with a sizable lead at second base. 2-1. High. And a hitter's count to Scoro. 3 balls and 1 strike. Looking to pick up a run, trailing 8-0. The 3-1. Swinging a foul back to the screen. And the count is full, 3-2, which means Rivers will most likely be taken off. We'll have Mascot Olympics in the middle of the 5th. And then in the 6th, we're going to have Ty and Tucker Brock. It's a packed schedule. Ace's payoff pitch. Rivers bouncing at second. Downstairs! Ball 4 to Gabe Scoro. A great take. And there's 2 on with 2 out for the lefty Noah Sue. No action in the bullpen for the Gherkins. And Sue looking to capitalize here for the Picks. Trying to slice into the 8-0 Gherkins lead. Opening offering to the lefty. And he swings and chops one foul. And Jace Brown can't make a play. Short hopped it. Didn't have any glove on him. Tried to get to it. Nick Klepp giving him some heat over there down the third baseline. Those two know each other very well. 2 on, 2 out. Top 5 here at Bob Brock. Pickles looking for a spark. 0-1. Inside. They count 1 ball and 1 strike. Sue grounded out to short his last time up. That was to end the third. Pickles have had plenty of base runners. It's can they get one home? Rivers bouncing at second to 2-2. Downstairs. And they count 2 balls and 1 strike. Rivers at second. Scoro after his walk stands at first. A hitter's count to Sue. 2-1 from Mesa. Low and away. And 3 balls and 1 strike and 1 more ball would load the bases for Nick Israel. You're down 8, so you can't do it all at once. But it certainly helps to get a couple here with 2 outs. Rally started with a Rivers single and a Scoro walk. 2 aboard with 2 gone. Asa eyeballs Rivers and the 3-1. And Sue swings and belts one into left center field. This ball going back. Norman backpedaling, and he makes the catch. Pickles put 2 on the board, but they do not score. We'll keep it here for Mascot Olympics. 8-0, the Gherkins leading the Pickles. So it'll be Lil P, Dylan, and Gigi. Each of them have a gold in the Mascot Olympics. Liam Campbell will still be the pitcher. Got Rory Neuenhouse working the camera down on the field. Thanks, Roy, for working so hard. It's going to be a race. Who's got the speed? Is it the Gherkin, is it the Pickle, or is it the Grey Wolf? Usually I'd take the Grey Wolf, but Pickles have wheels here in the Wild Wild West League. There's the race. Dylan with the lead. Dylan neck and neck. Who won? We got to get an official. Gary Walker saying Dylan. Gherkin saying Little P. What's the call? We still don't have an official word. And we're going to call it a tie. Not sure who won there. So that does it for our Mascot Olympics. And we'll keep it right here. We'll check the replay. Dylan doing some flexing in front of the Gherkins bullpen. They're not for it. Gotta say, the Gherkins support their mascot like no other team. It's a good group of guys. So it's Sean Alvarado for this Gherkins team, leading 8-0 here in the 5th. Liam Campbell the ready, facing the lefty Alvarado, opening offering. Skips in. Count 1 ball and no strikes. Alvarado took a walk to load the bases with nobody out in the 4th. He would come around to score. 7-run 4th inning as the Gherkins way out ahead, 1-0. Catches the outside part of the plate in the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Bottom 5 here at Bob Brock. Camo's 1-1. Swinging a foul down the left field line, back behind the screen. And the count at a ball and 2 strikes. Nobody out, base is empty. Gherkins trying to add to their 8-run lead over the Pickles. The 1-2. Swinging a drive down the left field line. Hooking foul. Sean Alvarado just gets it off the end of the bat. Known by his teammates as Shawnee. And the count moves to a ball and 2 strikes. Alvarado, Alarcon, and Cedillo. 8-9-1. Here in the bottom of the 5th, Liam Campbell staying out there for the Picks. And the Nick Fleck Revenge Tour, trying to get a win. 1-2. Outside. Count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Talking to Nick Fleck and assistant coach Jace Brown, they said they were not prepared. Said in Mazatlan it was 100.
Number 1. So in stands the right-handed batter, Humberto Alarcon.
Here's number 10, Humberto.
Campbell looks on, sets at the waist, and the pitch. Swinging a slow roller down the right field line. Rivers gets to it, and he can't hang on. And E3 has Rivers, Alarcon aboard. So as we get a look at Nick Klemp, of course, taking the 2-run loss on that 100%, 110-degree day in Mexico. He said it was a great experience. He loved hanging with the Pickles. Matt Hardy got the start that day, but Klemp is 0-1 in a Pickles uni. And he's trying to get a win against the Gherkins here tonight, but he's going to need a lot of help from his offense, down 8-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. Alarcon at first. He goes and stops, and Cedillo looks at a ball low and away. Seven runs in the bottom of the 7th for the Gherkins. They lead it 8-0. Campbell looks on to Cedillo. Holds the bat on his right shoulder. And the 1-0. And he gets him on the calf. So an error and a hit by pitch, and all of a sudden here in the 5th, the Gherkins have 2 aboard, a runner in scoring position with 1 gone for the righty Miles Norman. And it looks like we're going to get a pitching change. We'll take a quick break and come right back. Campbell's night is done. He leaves 2 aboard here in the 5th. 8-0. The Underdogs on top. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom 5 here at Bob Brock, and the Flute Man is on the mound. It's Chad Stoner. 6 innings, 10 strikeouts for Stoner as he looks towards Miles Norman opening offering. And Norman swings and fouls one down the right field line for a popsicle. Right-hander Norman was hit by a pitch in the 4th. He came around and scored on the Patrick Mushka grand slam. Mushka is on deck. 2 on, 1 gone. Gherkins up 8. And the 0-1 catches the outer corner. The count at no balls and 2 strikes. Miles in the hole, 0-2. The pitch. And he swings and hits one sharply towards Sue. Underhand flip to Chandler at second. The turn to first in time. 4-6-3, ring him up. And Stoner gets the double play and gets out of the inning. To the 6th we go. We'll have Ty Brock when we return. It's Gherkins 8, Pickles nada.
It started with a checkup that led to a question that spurred a discovery that changed the way we practice health, which led to more questions and more discoveries that changed more ways we practice health. And on it goes. Introducing OHSU Health, a system of doctors and nurses, researchers, clinics, and hospitals, all working together to build a better way to wellness.
So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top 6 here at Bob Brock, and we have Ty Brock. Thanks for joining us on the broadcast, Ty.
Hey, thanks for having me. You know, I was listening to the game the other night, and you had my brother on here.
We did.
And, you know, he said something that just wasn't true. So I needed to get up here and defend myself from his blatant lies.
Okay. Do you want to give it to us right away?
I mean, yeah, we can just get it out of the way, and then we can get back to baseball here. So, you know, you were talking to him about his favorite memories of playing out here.
Yeah.
And he mentioned that he really was fond of the fact that he got to play shortstop, and I was playing second base, and our dad was coaching.
Yeah.
And then you asked, so did you guys turn a lot of 6-4-3 double plays?
Mm-hmm.
And his response was, well, actually, I turned,
Yeah.
meaning him,
Yeah.
6 U3 double plays, 6 unassisted 3 double plays, because he didn't trust my arm from second base to get it to first.
That's his words.
Those are his words.
As Chandler looks at a ball, counted 2-1.
So the truth is this, all right? And I'm just being real with you.
Go for it.
Okay. So my arm at that time, when I was a sophomore, was better than his, and it was better than his arm all the way up until I had to have surgery on my labrum.
There you go.
About 6 years ago.
Would Randy verify that statement?
He would verify it, and also, you know, Tuck and I shared the same college coach as well, and our college coach would verify this. In fact, on the first day of practice when I went up to play at Lower Columbia, Coach Kelly Smith walked up to me as I was playing long toss and whispered into my ear, "You have a much better arm than your brother."
There you go.
So I just, you know, I had to come up here and clear the air because we can't have those lies just going out, floating into the atmosphere here.
So it was a lot of 6-4-3 double
A lot of
plays.
6-4-3 double plays.
Okay, good to know. As here, Chandler ropes one the other way, or excuse me, Israel for a base hit. So you've grown up here at Bob Brock too, with your dad as the coach here at North Marion. What has it been like knowing this is kind of almost a second home?
Well, you know, it's really a lucky situation, you know, for myself, for my brother. Not many people can say they get the opportunity not just to play for their dad, you know, but also to come back and then coach with their dad. And we are in a position that so many people don't get a chance to have, and we're super lucky for it. But it has meant the world to us, and so many great memories out here, both from playing and now coaching. And seeing what you guys are doing out here, it's definitely it's the first time I've been out here, so it's getting me kind of amped up again.
That's awesome.
I've been away from baseball here for about since March, so this is fantastic.
Well, glad you can make it out. It's absolutely gorgeous, especially these hours. I mean, it really doesn't get much better than this.
Yeah, this is the best time of night to be watching baseball out here. So much going on with the sunsets and the view of Mount Hood and just everything. It's perfect. It's even better to be on the field.
And Dalton Chandler in the batter's box. 1 on, nobody out. 0-2 count. 2 from Asa. Now, is it correct that Randy was also a shortstop?
Yes.
And so you're the odd man out playing second?
Well, I was playing second because,
Tuck's
he's older.
Yeah, okay.
And he's 2 years older, and so he was a senior. So it's not like, my dad was going to be like, oh, Ty, you're going to go play short, even though you're a sophomore. He's not going to make my brother look bad like that, which I understand, you know.
No.
Now, technically, I probably at that point had the better arm, probably could have been playing shortstop, and he could have been playing second. But, I understand where we were at there.
So in college, as Chandler strikes out, you guys played together. How's it been? I mean, it's got to be fun having a guy that you've just grown up, as a brother, but then also hanging out on the field all that time.
So actually, we didn't play with each other in college. I should have clarified that for you. He was 2 years ahead of me, so
gotcha.
We played at the same community college. So by the time that he was done at that JC, then I was there as a freshman. So, but we had the same coach, same place. So,
got it.
But yeah, I've spent a lot of time on the field with him, both playing and now coaching for the last several years. And we have our brotherly disagreements, but
as we all do.
Yes, but it's always for the best interest in the team and the players. And we usually get over them pretty quickly. Yeah. And I think, all three of us work really well together that way. So.
Now, you talked about the arm. How many times have you bailed Tucker out with a bad toss to second?
Ooh.
Here's a shot. Colby Grace goes for the tag.
Yes, he did.
They got him. What a play by Colby Grace. No throw to third. Instead, tags out Nick Israel.
Yeah, Tuck's feeds weren't always the best.
Okay.
To second base on those 6-4-3 double plays. But, for the most part, he usually was within some range where I could make an athletic play to bail him out. So that was helpful. Tuck as a player was more of a grinder.
Gotcha.
He wasn't real pretty out there.
Okay.
But the guy, you couldn't get him out because he was a grinder. Couldn't get a ball by him. It didn't look pretty when he was doing it, but, man.
Yeah. So here's a ball by, and going to second is Morgan. I understand. So was baseball the only sport for you in high school, or did you do anything else?
No, I also played basketball and football.
Oh, nice. What position you play for basketball?
I was a point guard in basketball and a receiver in football.
There you go.
Yeah. So, and now being back here, and I teach here too. So
that's awesome.
It's a pretty neat deal to be able to come back to where you grew up and give back to that community.
Yeah.
In multiple ways, not just coaching baseball, but also teaching and getting to know all of the kids, not just the baseball kids. That's really important to me. So.
Yeah, what's really struck me is how integrated your family is in this community in North Marion. It just seems like if something comes up about North Marion, the Broncos are involved.
Well, my dad's been around here for a while, and he knows pretty much everybody. So he's the one responsible for that. But my grandpa was also very heavily involved in the community. Obviously, his name's on the scoreboard out there, and other members of our family as well. So it's not just us. There's a Reichelt side that was heavily involved. My brother's wife, her family was heavily involved in the community for a long time. Her grandpa used to be on the school board way back in the day in the 60s. So, we have a lot of close ties around here, and it's really special to be able to do our part in giving back.
Yeah, we really thank you for welcoming us into your home. It's been fantastic being here.
Absolutely.
There's a throw down to first, and that does it for the top of the sixth.
Do I get another half inning?
You do.
All right. Because enough about me. Let's talk about what you guys are doing out here.
We'll get that after the
Okay.
break. 8-0. Gherkins lead halfway through 6.
That's way before I was even thought of.
Okay.
Yeah. So Randall's now taking you back into probably like the 50s or the 40s, maybe even the 30s. You know, our players like to kid him a lot about being alive, you know, during the Great Depression, things like that. So.
And so you're on the base paths, we know that. Any fun moments with Randy out there, with you guys at the corners? Any memories that popped in mind?
You know, the best memory that I have of being out here is, and I know Tuck said, you know, just the fact that we got to play together and my dad got to coach us. Yes, that's fantastic. But in the summer of 2000, we had a tournament out here. We were playing AAA Legion, and it was our league tournament was held here. And, you know, nights like this, every night, our little school, North Marion, we had 10 guys on the team, and our 10th guy didn't ever want to come into the game. Little bloop base hit there.
Justin Herzog is aboard.
And so basically we were running with 9 that whole summer in little school, and we were playing all these 4A schools back at the time. That was 4A, now it's 6A. Mm-hmm. And every night it was just, you know, a barn burner game. Something amazing would happen, and we ended up winning that tournament and making it to the AAA state tournament. And just those 5 days were just so incredible and such great memories. And then 17 years later, all 3 of us coaching, and we host the Legion A state tournament out here. And we have my second cousins, my dad's great nephews, playing on our team as well. And same kind of deal. It was just like every night something new happened. Great baseball, high intensity, great crowds, kids coming through in the clutch, and we ended up winning the state tournament. So, you know, those 2 things really stick out as the moments for me out here.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now we're going to ask you this question as well. Is it better being an assistant coach for Randall or being a player for Randall?
Oh, man. That's a good question. Really good question.
Thank you.
You know, I would say being a player, because as an assistant coach, now you're aware of all the thoughts that go through his mind in a game. Mm-hmm. and he's constantly running them by you. And as a player, you don't realize he's going through all this inner turmoil.
Yeah.
But now as an assistant coach, you're like, all right, we got to take care of Randall, but we also got to take care of the game. And so, as a player, you just don't even think that that's going on.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to just go out there and play.
Yeah.
Ball up high.
Now, I do want to say something about what the Pickles are doing out here, because like I said, this is the first time I've been out here, and this is fantastic, and just looking at the way you have it set up, and I know from talking with my dad and my brother and the extent to which y'all went to get things approved and come up with a protocol to make this safe. Ooh.
Close play over there at first. Gherkins saying that Rivers was off, and now
they got replay challenges here?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, unfortunately not. We get our producer Rory Newenhouse to get us a replay.
Yeah.
But
anyway, so yeah, just seeing what you guys have done and the extent that you've gone to come up with the protocol and work with the state and the health authority and to make this safe for the people who come out here and also for the players, it's really impressive, because you're thinking outside the box. You're understanding there is no normal right now, and you're requiring people to wear the mask and do the social distancing and just to keep this thing going for these kids, and that's really commendable what you guys are doing. So
thank you. Thank you. It's a lot of fun, and we couldn't have a better location for it. I'll tell you that. We had Mike Parker here yesterday.
That's
able
right.
to call
Yep.
the game.
Yep.
And he was telling us, marveling at this field. Got Brooke Knight saying it's a major league infield. It's just it's a great place, and it's a special place. You kind of when I first came here personally, and you come through the gates and you walk out and you see the field. There's something. It really feels like a ballpark. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? There's that feeling that this is a nice place where baseball is supposed to be played.
Ooh, it's got a little Field of Dreams vibe to it.
A little bit, yeah. The fields across the road.
You kind of come out of the middle of nowhere, and then all of a sudden there's lights.
Did Randy have you work in the field at a young age? Did he have you out here?
I was just playing around. He's so finicky with the way he takes care of the field that he, 5-year-old Ty or 13-year-old Ty, it didn't matter. He wasn't going to let me touch a rake or mow, or he still doesn't.
Yeah.
Which I don't blame him, because I would probably mess it up. So.
Yeah, Tucker was saying he still doesn't let him mow the infield grass because he likes it a certain way. And the 0-2 misses away, and Kianis with a 1-2 count with 2 aboard and 2 gone. 8-0 Gherkins. Got some North Marion guys on this Gherkins team.
That's right, and that's also another great thing about this. It's giving those guys a chance to play. They lost their senior season, and there we go. Give me another pitch to say that.
Yeah.
It's great for them to be out there and get this opportunity. All 3 of them are going to Chemeketa in the fall. So it's just good that they'll be able to get those reps in, and especially against the competition, and just be around these guys. It's going to give them just such a leg up when they get over to Chemeketa.
And I know Randy's got a group of baseball players he has helping him out.
Yes.
How does he get those guys out here? How does Randall convince people to come out?
Of course, they're going to come out here. They love being out here. He doesn't have to do much convincing. You kidding me? They're missing the game so much and missing playing out here. So
Noah Sue goes to first, and that does it here for the 6th. 2 left aboard on 2 hits, no runs in. Still 8-0 Gherkins. Thanks so much for joining us, Ty.
Thanks for having me. I really enjoy it. Keep doing the good work that you guys are doing.
Well, have a great afternoon.
All right.
Good night. So in stands the right-hander Brandon Lenkem to lead things off. Top 7. Pickles have some work to do, trailing 8-0. Jacob Asa still on the mound. And 74 pitches in. A workhorse. His pitch home. And inside for a ball. The count at 1-0. Wind has died down here at Bob Brock. And the Pickles bats need to get hot if they want a chance. 8-0 the Gherkins on top. Asa's 1-0. Lightcap fouls one right back to Gary Walker. And the count at 1-1 strike. Gary up here to my right on the press box. 7 runs in the bottom of the 4th for this Gherkins team. A grand slam by Mushka, 1-1. Swinging a foul down the right field line. And the count at 1-2 strikes. The Nick Fleck, Jace Brown revenge game. After the loss in Mexico, trying to get their first win. Here's a slow roller into the gap and into left field for a base hit. Lightgeb is aboard with a single. The Pickles need base runners, and they get one here in the 7th to start things off. So in stands the right-handed batter, Danny O'Reilly. O'Reilly grounded out to third his last time up. Batting in the 7-hole today, looking for his first hit. Lightgeb with a leadoff single. He's at first. Nobody out. 8-0 Gherkins. Top 7 here at Bob Brock. Opening offering. Catches the outer edge for a strike. They counted 0-1. 6 hits, but no runs for this Pickles team. 0-1 from Mesa. And O'Reilly kind of started to swing, then realizes that he had to swing, and he tapped it back to the screen. Lightgeb leads at first. Top 7. 8-0 Gherkins. O'Reilly taps the plate once, holds the head of the bat behind him, and he takes downstairs. Count it at 1-2 strikes. B. O'Reilly, Rivers is on deck. Asa yet to get a double play ball from his defense. Would love one right here. And the 1-2. Swinging a foul down the right field line, and the count remains at 1-2 strikes. Asa trying to work through 7. That would be the longest outing by a pitcher this summer. Gherkins would love their starter to get them through the 7th. Ball misses low and outside. Count levels out. 2-2 to O'Reilly. Lightgeb singled. He leads at first. 8-0. The Gherkin advantage over the Pickles. 2-2. Away. And the count at 3-2 strikes. As we roll towards 9 o'clock here at Bob Brock. Pickles have 3 runs to try to mount the 8-run deficit. 3-2. Swing and a miss. And there's one gone. So 1 on with 1 gone. As up comes the right-hander C.J. Rivers. Asa looks on. Sets at the belt. And the pitch. And Rivers fouls one off down the right field line. Jacob Asa, before this ball game, had pitched against the Knights in 2 2/3. He gave up 4 hits and 4 runs. With a 13.5 ERA. I promise that is a lot lower thanks to these 6 1/3 and no runs. 0-1. Low and outside. And the count at 1-1 strike. One. Downstairs. And the count, 2-1 strike. Rivers needs to get aboard. He singled his last time up, stole second, but was left there. Scoro behind him. Light Gibb at first after a single, 1 on and 1 out. Here's the 2-1 from Asa. Strike at the knees. And they counted 2 balls and 2 strikes. Almost a full moon down the left field line. Here at Bob Brock, the Pickles need a lot of runs. Trailing 8-0 here in the top of the 7th. Light Gibb leads at first. The 2-2. And Rivers swings and drives one down the left field line. This ball going back, moving over is Norman into foul territory. And the ball drifts foul. Colby Grace looked up as if he was trying to find that ball. It was way over his head. Rivers just early on that ball. Light Gibb at first. Pickles need some runs. 1 out and a 2-2 count to Rivers. The pitch. He fouls one back to the screen. And the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. One on, 1 gone. Gherkins 8, Pickles nada. 2-2. Rivers another foul back to the screen. Pickles trying to get Jacob Asa out of this ball game. He came into the inning with 74 pitches. Pickles trying to work him out. 1 on, 1 gone, 2-2. Swing and a miss. Rivers is gone. And there's 2 out in the top of the 7th. So a leadoff single, 2 straight strikeouts. As we're going to get a mound visit here. I'm sure this will be a checkup. Say, get this last out. Finish this. So the right-handed Gabe Scoro. Robert Jones with the famous a pilot in the spring, a pickle in the summer. As Gabe Scoro, the hometown favorite, stands in. If there's one guy who could get this team going, it's Scoro. A long-time pickle, veteran leader of this squad. 1 on, 2 gone. Runner goes. The throw from Asa's way outside. It skips away from Kianis around second, and halting is Light Gibb. And a stolen base for Brandon Light Gibb. Works his way into scoring position. Second time the Pickles have caught Asa not paying attention to first base at all. Scorer looks in. And the 1-0. Strike catches the corner. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Gherkins with 1 run in the second, 7 in the 4th. They lead it 8-0, but a runner in scoring position. Pickles looking for the icebreaker. Asa sets. 1-1. And Scoro swings and loops one into right center field. This ball coming down. Alvarado slides and he can't get there. Light Gibb scores. It's an RBI for Scoro. And the Pickles are on the board here in the 7th. Raise the chairs. Pickles grab a run. And that's going to do it for Jacob Asa. He goes 6 2/3, allows 1 run. What an outing for the Gherkins starter. We'll take a break and come right back. Pickles trail by 7. So in stands a left-hander, Noah Sue with a runner at first. Pickles get on the board, trying to add some more as they face Austin Brown. Brown sets at the belt, the right-handed pitcher deals. And Sue rolls one to first, scooped up by Mushka, and that does it. One run comes in, the Pickles trail by 7. It's Gherkin 8, Pickles 1. Here on our Wild Wild West League stream, brought to you by Adventist Health. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the 7th, Flute Man on the mound, and Sean Alvarado, the lefty, stands in. Gherkins 8, Pickles 1, bottom 7, opening offering. Alvarado looks at a ball high, and the count at 1-0. A almost full moon here at Bob Brock. The lights are on, the sun is almost set. Chad Stoner on the mound, the 1-0 home. Strike catches the inside corner, and the count at 1-1 strike to Alvarado. Gherkins trying to get a surprise win. 1-1. Strike 2. And the count at a ball and 2 strikes. Pickles were able to get the icebreaker in the 7th. Stoner set to the belt, the 1-2 home. And Alvarado fouls one back to the screen. Keeps the at-bat alive. Alvarado walked and scored back in the 4th. Stoner leads over. Looks on, the 1-2. Strike 3 catches the inside part of the plate. Strikeout number 11 for Stoner. As up comes Humberto Alarcon. So the right-hander, Alarcon, stands on. He's got 2 RBIs. One was a walk and one was a fielder's choice. Still looking for his first hit. Reached on an error back in the 5th. Opening offering, upstairs. In the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Alec Arnone behind the plate. Pickles trying to get some offense from Alec, who's had a hot bat. Bottom 7, the 1-0. Inside. In the count, 2 balls and no strikes. 8-1, the lead for the Gherkins, looking to get the biggest upset of the summer. A match for Portland. 2-0. Swinging a foul. Down the right field line, and the count at 2 balls and 1 strike. Two one home. Misses downstairs. And the count at 3 balls and 1 strike to Alarcon. Stoner on the mound, working from the right side of the rubber. An 8-1 lead for the Gherkins. They haven't scored since the 4th, but they really haven't needed to. 3-1. Swing and a miss. And a full count to the 9th batter, Humberto Alarcon. Alarcon, we mentioned it, blue socks, blue gloves, blue face mask. Love the color coordination. Somebody get him a blue helmet. Here's a 3-2. And he takes one downstairs. Humberto lays off. Strolls down to first with a free 90. And up comes the leadoff righty, Ruben Cedillo. One on, one out. Bottom 8 here at Bob Brock. Cedillo steps in. Chad Stoner giving up his second walk of the year. Deals. Look out. Cedillo has to duck. Only one person's been hit in the head with a baseball this summer. And that was Chad Stevens sliding into second base yesterday. Took a ball in the head on a stolen base attempt. 1-0. And Cedillo fouls one off down the right field line. Stevens would go on to take third, so he was all right. We haven't had any Joe Kelly moments here at Bob Brock. But a little bit of drama between these two teams. Pickles have to be frustrated. The 1-1. Outside, snap back throw, and diving is Alarcon. Gherkins know it's on the line. The Grey Wolves lost earlier today. With a win, not only did they make it awfully difficult on the Pickles down 4 games to the Knights, but they also jump ahead of the Grey Wolves, and they didn't have to beat them. 2-1 on its way. And a strike on a check swing. Cedillo can't hold up. And the count levels out 2-2. Bottom 7 here at Bob Brock, 1 gone. 8-1, the Gherkins lead the Pickles. Cedillo leads the pitch. And he fouls it back to the screen again. Alarcon at first. 1 gone, bottom 7 here at Bob Brock. Chad Stoner steps on the right side of the rubber. He leans forward, looks in towards Cedillo, and sets at the bell. The 2-2. And a swing and a big chopper up the middle. Dalton Chandler scoops it up, steps on second, goes to first. The throw is wide and not in time. They're going to say Rivers came off the bag. And Cedillo beats it out. As up comes the right-hander, Miles Norman. So Miles Norman, the righty, stands on, opening offering. Upstairs, in the count at 1 ball and no strikes. Cedillo at first, 2 gone. Bottom 7, Gherkins leading 8-1. Miles Norman grounded out into a 4-6-3 his last time up, facing Stoner for the second time, 1-0. Downstairs, the count 2 balls and no strikes. Bottom 7, Gherkins with a surprise lead, 2-0. Up and in the count 3-0. Stoner struggling to throw strikes. This is a guy we saw come into this league go 9 innings, get 3 innings, get 9 strikeouts and 1 walk. 3-0, right down the middle, and the count at 3 balls and 1 strike. Cedillo with good speed at first, but with a 7-run lead, he wouldn't go. 3-1. Strike catches the outer corner, and the count at 3-2. So another full count to a Gherkin batter. Payoff pitch. Norman swings, big chopper towards third on a short hop. Lightgev takes care of it, goes to first, and a pretty play by the Portland third baseman ends the inning. A walk, 1 left aboard. To the 8th we go. It's Gherkins 8, Pickles 1 here on our Wild Wild West League stream, brought to you by Adventist Health.
It started with a checkup that led to a question that spurred a discovery that changed the way we practice health, which led to more questions and more discoveries that changed more ways we practice health. And on it goes. Introducing OHSU Health, a system of doctors and nurses, researchers, clinics, and hospitals all working together to build a better way to wellness.
So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the 8th here at Bob Brock. And joining us now is Nick Fleck. Coach Fleck,
How we doing, guys?
thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Coach, a little bit of a revenge game here for you. You took the loss in Mexico and trying to get on the board with a win. How has it been back coaching the Pickles?
That's been great. Good group of guys here. And we did discuss that before the game. I let them know I'm 0-1 in a Pickles uniform as a coach. Would like to get to that 500 level, but that grand slam's sitting on us on that 4th inning. So we'll see what happens here.
Austin Brown into the game. A Pickles team that has scored 8 runs in an inning before, so there's hope.
It's not out of the question.
Coach, talk about the experience in Mexico. Like, I know what you thought going in, and then what surprised you and what really you enjoyed.
Yeah, what a cool experience. To even be invited and to be a part of that was pretty cool. Alan had that relationship already in place with the Venados down there, and they were such cool hosts, man. They from getting off the plane to doing the little rally thing to head to the stadium, everything was just so top notch, and they were, like I said, they were great hosts to us. I didn't really know what to expect going down. I just, I was excited to be going for a baseball trip, but once we got down there, man, you really see that they're a top-notch program down there, and they do it all the right way.
Yeah, heard you guys didn't have the most friendliest conditions when game started. Tell the audience, what was it like when first pitch was thrown?
Yeah, it was hot. I think we were at 103 degrees or something with humidity, so it made it feel like about 115. I think we had a good 3 to 4 bats that less hands and were actually thrown into the field or into the stands. Just guys couldn't get their grips, and honestly, it was only Pickles guys losing bats. Those guys on the Venados, they were used to that. So something new for all of us, especially Northwest guys, going down there and experiencing that heat and that humidity. No real way to prepare for it other than just try to stay hydrated, which I failed to do.
And how was it coaching down there? Is Nick Israel takes a walk to start the inning off. Good start for you guys. When you sat in that dugout and kind of looked around, what was? No, you're good. It's awesome. We love the sound bites. What was the emotion going through you? Do you remember a specific feeling or?
Down in Mazatlan?
Yeah.
Oh, just the electricity in the stadium. You really felt that. I think they had somewhere near like 13,000 fans, something like that. Everybody there was just so excited, and they really, really love baseball down there. So it was cool to kind of bridge the cultures together with the game of baseball.
So you're back with the Pickles now. Opportunity with Dalton Chandler. Have you gotten to know some of the guys? How has it been today for you?
Yeah, no, they're all cool guys. A lot of good baseball chatter, a lot of good savvy guys in the dugout. So it's been a great experience. It's been cool, and they've all been accepting of me. So couldn't ask for anything more.
Hey, Coach, talk about kind of your baseball experience and what you do for the Pickles.
Yeah, so I'm in charge of the Pickles youth camps and clinics. So we had 3 camps this summer, back to back weeks. We did a baseball one, a softball one, and then another baseball one. I think we had somewhere around 90 kids total. But with the COVID and everything, we had all those safety precautions and everything with the temperatures when people are coming in. Face masks are always up. We're washing hands as we come through the
Oh, close.
Got over me.
Got to get up a little bit.
No, but it's been great. I mean, it's been fun, and I think we're approaching being in the clear as far as speaking on anything COVID-wise. pops up from any of those camps. But I think on the Pickle side, everybody was pretty top-notch in handling all the safety precautions, and we had good turnouts, and I think all the kids had a great time. So let's get those numbers up next year. Maybe do a couple more camps with higher numbers than kids.
Yeah, you had me and a couple of our guys up here helping you out. It was a great time. It was great working with those kids, teaching them the game of baseball. How long have you been running camps for the Pickles?
For the Pickles, this is my first year. I've done a lot of stuff with Baseball Northwest and some local winter camps, clinics type of things here and there. But for the Pickles, this has been my first year.
Now, Coach, I know as Dalton Chandler swings and misses, I know you've been out to Bob Brock as a fan. Is it any different being out there in a uniform at this beautiful facility?
I mean, well, I'll be honest, the first time I pulled up, which was for one of these games, got the chills and just had that kind of like Field of Dreams feel, like small town, baseball field. And once you pull in, you really see how beautiful this field is. But being inside the fence and being on top of this grass, I wish I could have played on it at some point.
Zach Morgan looks at a ball. You guys down 8-1. What's the message in the dugout? Just keep grinding, or what are you saying to the?
Keep grinding, yeah. Let's chip away, get the next guy up. I mean, like you said, Pickles have scored 8 runs this summer. This is nothing that we can't handle. Ace was throwing a good game over there, so our mentality was get to the next guy, but let's get to the bullpen. And once we did, as you can see, we're starting to bang some balls around the yard a little bit.
There you go.
Let's just chip away. Bench is a little thin right now, but we got some help on the bench if we need it. And but the plan for now, let's just get the next guy up. Get the next guy up.
So Alec Arnone into the game. You made a switch there. What was the idea to bring in Arnone in for Boedo? Just trying to get somebody some at bats.
Hold on, let me take a look there.
Got the card.
Yeah, for catching. Yeah, no, that was decided before the game. We figured why not split it up for the guys today. Some of these games, there's some off days for these players. I mean, even in a shortened season. So you always want to take care of your catcher's legs, make sure that they're staying strong and not being overworked.
So Arnone up, 2 on, 1 gone. Opportunity for the Pickles facing Austin Brown. Any scouting you had on the Gherkins coming in?
So I'm pretty close friends with JJ, the head coach there. Let's go! Come on! You're easy! So I'm pretty close with JJ Moskaloff, the head coach over there with the Gherks. So we've talked back and forth. We've had some good discussions, but I've come out to a couple games and I've noticed, I think a roster mainly filled with JUCO guys. They're a dang good club and they're gritty. So they play the game the right way as I would expect from a JJ club.
Well, you get the RBI there. You send Nick Israel. Got a lot of speed on the base pass here, Coach.
We have some speed right now. We're going to move it, hopefully. Let's see what happens here.
Down to 6, opening offering. So you got your teammate or your good friend Jace down the right field line. He missed a ball earlier in the game. Jace has got some butterfingers on him.
Hey, yeah, he's an outfielder by trade, so I'm going to be a little easy on him, but I did say so. I said, you got to bury that nose and pick that. Get it out front. He said, yeah, it came up on me quick.
You almost had one yourself. It's
I did.
A little bit over here.
That one was over me, though.
Yeah, you were ready for it.
I'll take those.
So 2 on, 1 out. Opportunity here for you. Pitch from Brown. Giannis gets away.
Here. Good read. Haven't seen anything bounce, but let's be aggressive. Anything pops, let's hit that. Yeah, it's straight back. Yeah. Let's see it kick a little bit. Yes, sir. Got 1 out. See where it goes. We're tagging. You're on me. We'll roll with it.
Coach, earlier in the game, you had Dalton Chandler playing way down the line. Was it your plan early to come in aggressive?
Yes, and that was the plan. Especially early on. Yeah. I like it. Especially early on. I mean, it takes a perfect throw to get you out more than not. So put the aggressiveness on them and make them decide if they want to come play today. If not, then take the ball and throw it all around the yard. We'll take advantage of it.
So 2 on and 2 out. And then comes Christian Cooney. Christian's got some power. And some speed. Good opportunity for you here. Opening offering. Drops in for a strike. Coach, talk a little bit. I mean, you said get into the bullpen. Jacob Asa, he had quite the outing here. 6 2/3. It was stellar on the mound for this Gherkins team.
Yeah, he held us within check, obviously, but his tempo was good. He was hitting his spots. I think he was hitting on 3 different spots. So anytime a pitcher can do that, it makes it tough as an opposing offense.
Is a plan to keep Stoner into the ball game?
Stoner's done. He only had 2. I think he went 2 2/3. Let's go. Get over the head. Good tease, Cooney. So yeah, Stoner's done. We're going with Gregory. He's gonna finish this out.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Thanks for joining us, and good luck the rest of the way.
All right, Carla. Thanks for having me.
So in stands the right-hander, Patrick Mushka, to get things going. Bottom of the 8th, Mushka with the difference in this ball game, a grand slam to left center. Lucas Gregory, the lefty, deals, and look out, almost clips Mushka. The count at 1-0. Patrick struck out swinging his last time up in the 6th. Bottom of the 8th, Pickles get a run in the top of the inning. They cut the lead to 6. Here's the 1-0. And Mushka swings and drives one into left field for a base hit. Patrick Mushka, the machine, is rolling with a single to start the bottom of the 8th as up comes Justin Herzog. Desperado by Rihanna. A walk-up song for the lefty Herzog. Good song. Herzog singled his last time up. Mushka is 2 for 5 as he leads at first. Opening offering. Swing and a miss. And the count at 0-1. 1 on, nobody out. Gregory on the mound. Gherkins trying to add to their 8-2 lead here in the bottom of the 8th at Bob Brock. 0-1 from Gregory. Low. And the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Mushka with the leadoff knock to get things going. The Gherkins trying to increase some padding for the 9th. 1-1. Up and away. And the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Mushka leads over there at first base. The 2-1. High. And the count 3 balls and 1 strike to Herzog. Gherkins trying to shock the league and defeat the Pickles. Get their first win in the Battle of the Brine. 3-1 on his way. 1 aboard. Upstairs. So a walk to Herzog. The first 2 batters of the inning reach. And the Pickles are cooking with gas to start the bottom of the 8th, as up comes the right-handed batter, Colby Grace. Grace singled his last time up. He's 2 for 4 with a pair of base hits. Gregory looks aboard, looking for his first out of the inning. 2 on, nobody gone as he steps off. Mushka and Herzog don't have world-class speed on the base paths, so most likely will not be running. Gregory sets. And the pitch home. Swinging a high pop-up down the right field line. This one going towards the party deck. Look out. Looks like everybody's all right. It looks like we're all good. So 2 on. Nobody out. Gregory exhales. And the 0-1. Low and in. 1 ball and 1 strike. Colby Grace has not scored in this ballgame. He is the only Gherkin to have not come around and touched home. 2 on, nobody out. Mushka at second. At first is Herzog. 1-1. Low and in. 2 balls and a strike to Grace. Bryce Bridge is on deck. Grace taps the plate, looks towards Gregory, the lefty, on the mound. Working off the left side of the rubber. 2-1 home. Catches. No. It's a ball upstairs. Looked like he caught the corner. Whew, that one was awfully close. Good layoff by Grace. Gregory set to the bell. And the 3-1 home. Colby Grace swings a chop one towards Lightcap. He scoops it up, steps on third, and no throw anywhere else. But the Pickles do get the lead runner, Patrick Mushka. Colby Grace is aboard on a fielder's choice, and up comes the right-handed batter, Bryce Bridge, with 2 on and 1 gone. So double play in play for Lucas Gregory, an opportunity to get out of the inning. 8-2, the Gherkins lead the Pickles. Gregory looks towards second, deals home. Down and in. And the count at 1 ball and no strikes. Gregory has flip-flopped in between first and pitching this summer. Dangling the left arm, he looks in, gets the signs from Arnone, and is 1-0 home. Strike at the knees. Inning started with a Mushka single and a Herzog walked. Colby Grace grounded down the left field line, in which Lightcap stepped on third. And Grace reached on a fielder's choice. 2 on, 1 gone, bottom 8. Here's the 1-1 home. Swinging a 2-hopper for Sue. This could be 2. Underhand flip to Chandler for 1. The turn to first. And the ball is dropped on his way home. And sliding safely is Herzog. Good base running by Justin Herzog. And the Gherkins score for the first time since the 4th inning. And they increase their lead to 7. It's 9-2, the home team.
Here's Gherkins catcher number 27, Kane Kianis.
So heads up base running by Herzog. One on, 2 gone, the pitch. In there for a strike. And the count at 0-1. Kianis looks on, the right-handed batter. 0-1 home. Outside. They count 1 ball, 1 strike. So after giving up a run in the top of the 8th, the Gherkins respond. Here at the bottom of the inning, Gregory looks towards first and is 1-1 home. Strike. Catches inside. And they count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gherkins is looking to make it that much harder for the Pickles. Leading 9-2 here in the bottom of the 8th. A 1-2 from Gregory. Way outside. And they count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gherkins scored 1 in the 2nd, 7 in the 4th. Pickles put up a run in the 7th, a run in the 8th. The Gherkins have respond. They run it here in the bottom of the inning. 2-2. Ball downstairs. And they count 3 balls and 2 strikes to Kianis. Justin Herzog came around to score on the heads-up base running play. Nolan Thebe is on deck for Sean Alvarado. Runner goes, and there's a swing and a high pop-up way up there. Sue moves to his left, gets under it, and barely makes the catch. Pickles have a lot of work to do. A run comes in. It's a 9-7 lead for the Gherkins here on the Wild Wild West League stream, brought to you by Adventus Health. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top 9 here at Bob Brock. Carlo Jimenez alongside Parker Huffman coming to us in the 9th. Parker, the Pickles need you. Opening offering to Rivers. Misses away. You won't come up. There's action. Rally caps going.
Right. That was a thought. Yeah. I mean, typically when I step in the booth here, we get some runs going. So we'll see if that stays true. Definitely need it to happen here.
1-0 on its way to the righty, Rivers. And he takes one in the dirt. Count 2 balls and no strikes. Well, the Pickles have scored in the last 2 innings. So
yep.
They're getting runs home, but they need 7.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we got 9 hits in the game, so it's not for a lack of offense. They just haven't quite been able to string them together. So good guy to start it out here. C.J. Rivers got some power. We'll see if he can make something happen and get these guys going.
2-0 misses inside. The count 3 balls and no strikes. Rivers taps the plate. Knees bent. 3-0 home. And he takes ball 4. That's one way to start it off. C.J. Rivers, the leadoff man, is aboard. And up comes Gabe Scoro, who is singled twice and taking a walk.
75% of the time that the leadoff guy gets on first base, he scores. So
I love to hear it. Coming with some statistics for us.
I don't know how accurate that is, but somewhere around there.
I've heard that before.
Yeah.
I've heard that before. Well, a lot rides on this, too, because Jackson Thomas is in that dugout. Opening offering. Righty Scoro takes a strike inside. Just catches the plate.
Another guy here, Scoro, a veteran when it comes to playing on the Pickles, and somehow he's quietly hitting around 400 this summer.
I know, we talked about it earlier today. 0-1-2 inside. And we both looked at each other, and we were like, well, what do you think he's hitting? I said around 250. You thought the same?
Yeah.
412.
Yeah, no, it's pretty impressive. You know, it's one of those guys where even if he doesn't quite square it up the way you'd like to, he finds a way to get on and get a little base hit. He had an infield hit earlier, so good player.
Yeah, he had a bunt single, and then he had a hit to right field. They kind of took an odd hop and ended up in the outfield. 1-2 to him. Runner at first is Rivers. Nobody out. Pickles needs 7 runs here in the top of the ninth. The pitch. Swinging a foul down the right field line. And the count remains. Hit a ball and 2 strikes from the kid from Portland. It's going to take a rally, that's for sure. But one that the Pickles have had before. Last time they played this Gherkins team, they won 14-0.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think either team was expecting to be in this position here in the 9th inning. But, you know, we've said it before, that's baseball. And even further, it's the Wild Wild West League. You don't know what's going to happen on any given day. Gherkins started out hot, got 7 there in the 4th inning, and never looked back. So we'll see if they can hang on here.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd agree with you the whole way. I don't think the Gherkins came in thinking, oh, we're going to be up 8-0, 1-2. Scoro swings and drives one into the gap into right center. Diving is Alvarado, and he came up with it. What a play by Sean Alvarado in right field to steal extra bases from Gabe Scoro. And there's 1 gone with 1 on here in the top of the 9th.
Man, Alvarado, man, he's gone after a couple balls like that before and not had the result he was looking for. So good on him for making it happen. But man, that's tough for the Pickles.
Yeah, the hard hit ball by Cooney in the 8th that looked like it was going to score 2. That one ends up in the glove of Bridge, and that ball by Scoro robbed by Alarcon. Up is the lefty Noah Sue, who looks at a ball away, and the count 1-0 to him. Austin Brown on the mound. It is Rivers at first after his walk. Pickles with 1 out on the board and 1 aboard, 1-0. Sue cranks one foul down the left field line, count of 1-1. I like the combo, Parker, of Sue and Israel at the top of the lineup. 2 lefties, a lot of speed. It puts a lot of pressure on the pitcher to not allow them to reach, because when they reach, they are a threat on the base pass.
Yeah, absolutely. And certainly some guys you'd like to see on the bases here.
Sue rolls one to second. To second for 1. The throw to first, not in time.
There's that speed you're talking about right there. That could have ended it all, but still a tough go here. Gonna have to get a lot going, but Pickles are still in it.
I got my imaginary rally cap on. 8-7 with 2 outs. Not impossible, but very improbable. As in stands the lefty, Nick Israel. The Pickles work with 2 outs. Sue is aboard. Again, the Gherkins pull this off. Definitely the upset of the summer. Opening offering. Strike at the knees. I mean, you can always chalk up, for the most part, Pickles, Grey Wolves, Knights, Grey Wolves, Pickles, Gherkins, Pickles, Grey Wolves. It's been the Pickles and the Knights dominating the other 2 teams at the bottom of the order, but this is a surprise. Swinging a foul back by Israel, and the count 0-2.
Yeah, it's typically been some lopsided affairs, but I think certainly a surprise here tonight to everyone in attendance. But you know, you got to give the Gherkins all the credit. They came out hungry and done a great job here tonight. Big game here too. I mean, Pickles here, if they drop this, 5-5.
And here, this could be it. A pop-up left side. Alarcon looking forward. He reaches up.
Wow.
And the Gherkins shock the league. Portland Gherkins win the Battle of the Brine 9-2 in a blowout here at Bob Brock.
Wow.
Pickles drop to 5-5. The Gherkins improve to 3 and 6. Well, that does it for us here up in the booth. For John Sandylands, our OBS expert, Rory Newenhouse, our rule follower, Kat Makaroff, our chef, Gary Walker, our fact checker, Kelsey Henry, our colorer, Ian Lee, our visionary, Parker Huffman, our coordinator, Jackson Thomas, our Moneyball debriefer, Ali Weisman, our image capture, Daniel Barkanazin, our DJ, Johnny Harvey, our screen looker, and I'm Carlo Jimenez signing off here at Bob Rock.
Shout out my boys Pete and Amir. Everybody have a great night.